Morning all. It's Thursday, which means we are looking at a busy night in the National Hockey League. We got 4 games starting at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 Eastern. An hour later, next game gets started. Half an hour later, we've got 2 started, and then there's 3 starting late. So, relatively easy to follow, but yeah, busy night. Starting at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific with the Detroit Red Wings and the Boston Bruins. Two teams that are off to, I think, better starts than expected. Detroit's 3-1-2, Boston 6-1. Detroit scoring 3.67 goals per game. They're allowing 3 goals per game. On the Boston side, they're scoring 4.14 goals per game, and they're allowing 2.86 goals per game to get to that 6-1 record. David Perron has done very well so far as a Detroit Red Wing. 4 goals to go with an assist for 5 points, and Dylan Larkin is the captain, and he's leading by example with 4 goals, 4 assists so far for the Detroit Red Wings. On the Boston side, Bergeron, 4 goals, 3 assists. He's off to another good start. And Krejci's been remarkable in his return thus far, 2 goals and 6 assists for 8 points. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again on back-to-backs, March 11th and March 12th, so they won't see each other for a while. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start time between Florida and Philly. Already the second time these teams have met this year. October 19th, Florida won the first matchup 4-3. The next matchup is March 21st. So I'm wearing Florida. I figure they should get things going soon here. 4-2-1 record. They've scored 3 goals per game. They've allowed 3 goals per game. Not very Florida-like numbers. Hornquist has been around the net. Just the 1 goal to show for it so far. Barkov, surprisingly no goals so far to go with 4 assists. On the Philadelphia side, where they're 4-2, scoring 2.83 goals per game, only allowing a paltry 2.33 goals against per game. Welcome John Tortorella. We'll see if that number stays that low. Kevin Hayes, a goal and 7 assists. He's clearly doing well under Tortorella's leadership. And what do they lose with JVR out? Well, JVR in the 6 games he had played, now he's going to be out for quite some time. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. So somebody's going to have to replace that offense. We'll see who steps in and does exactly that. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start time between the Minnesota Wild and the Ottawa Senators. Feels like Minnesota's ready to turn things around. They're 2-3-1 now. They're scoring 3.67 goals per game, allowing 4.67 goals per game. Need to bring the goals against down, of course. Matt Boldy, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. Kid's a star. Foligno, a goal, 2 assists, 3 points. Marcus Foligno not off to the same kind of start this year he was last year, but the effort is there, and of course he's a heart and soul kind of guy. And when he's not scoring, he is still one of the more popular players for many reasons for Minnesota fans. On the Ottawa side, they are 4-2. Nice turnaround after an 0-2 start. 4.17 goals they're scoring per game. They're allowing 3 goals per game. Drake Batherson, a big part of the success thus far with 3 goals, 6 assists. Claude Giroux providing them with leadership. Also a little bit of offense. 2 goals, 2 assists so far for Giroux. First of 2 meetings. They'll meet again on December the 18th. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start time between the Montreal Canadiens and the Buffalo Sabres. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again on November 22nd and March 27th. For Montreal, they are 3-4 on the season. They're scoring 2.43 goals per game. They're allowing 3 goals per game. So it's a lack of offense right now for Montreal, which, considering some of the inexperience in places and just the expectations for this team, isn't a huge surprise. Hoffman with only a goal and an assist so far is a bit of a surprise for me. And Kirby Dach not having that offensive bounce back that some had hoped. A goal and 2 assists thus far for Kirby Dach, but the opportunities are there. On the Buffalo side, they are 4-2, scoring 3.83 goals per game and allowing 2.67 goals per game. I caution again, it's still early in the season, but Buffalo fans are excited. We'll see how the attendance is for tonight and how loud that building is. Okposo, thus far, is captain, 2 assists to his name. Not having the kind of offensive season he had last year, but it's still a young season. And Tage Thompson, lots of opportunities for Thompson. Only a goal and 2 assists thus far. That's good news for Buffalo as far as I'm concerned. They're getting 3.83 goals per game, and yet only 1 goal has been scored by Thompson. We know he'll get scoring, so, who knows how many they'll score once he gets things going. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between St. Louis and the Nashville Predators, the first of 4 meetings between these franchises. St. Louis, 3-2 now, scoring 2.4 per game, allowing 2.4 per game. Braden Shen, a goal, 5 assists for 6 points thus far in the season. They probably want another goal out of him. Tonight, you would think. Goals from somewhere, anyways. 2.4 goals per game aren't going to cut it. Torrey Krug, a goal and an assist thus far in the season. He had a decent game last night. Didn't get on the scoreboard. Pretty sure he didn't get on the scoreboard. No, he didn't get on the scoreboard. The goal was O'Reilly from Falk and Shen. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, didn't get on the scoreboard. And Nashville, 2-4-1 is their record. 2.29 goals for per game. 3.29 goals against per game. Since beating San Jose twice, it's been downhill. Forsberg, 2 goals, 2 assists, just the 4 points in 7 games thus far. He's going to want to get things going. And Tolvanen, who's being counted on for more this year, a goal, 2 assists, just the 3 points for Tolvanen thus far. At 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, the Oilers, who are coming off of one of their best games of the season last night against St. Louis, in against the Chicago Blackhawks. St. Louis will meet again with Nashville on December 12th, January 19th, and April 1st. I'm pretty sure I mentioned with Buffalo and Montreal, but I'll go back to it. November 22nd and March 27th are the future dates between those two teams. Now, for Edmonton and Chicago, again, it's the first of 3. They'll meet again November 30th and January 28th. The Oilers, 4-3 on the season, scoring 3.57 goals per game and allowing 3 goals per game. So their numbers are getting better. Kane, 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points for him. He had a good game last night. McDavid did get an assist last night. I know I said he didn't get a point. I was really tired last night. 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points for McDavid. I had to sit down while I was watching the games last night. I was really tired. On the Chicago side, they're 4-2 on the season. 3.33 goals per game being scored, 2.83 goals against per game. Jonathan Toews, pretty good thus far, 3 goals and an assist for 4 points. And Patrick Kane, who is the part of every trade rumor everywhere, a goal and 4 assists. And this means that when I'm doing the review tonight, I'm going to have to specify which Kane every time something happens. So that's always fun. And their numbers are almost the same. So there you go. Also at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, the Washington Capitals in against the Dallas Stars. This one is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again December 15th in Washington. Washington's 4-3 in the season. They're scoring 3.57 goals per game. Good. Allowing 3.43 goals per game. That's a problem. Connor Sherry is their leading scorer with 4 goals and an assist. I don't think that's going to continue. And Nick Dowd has scored the same amount of goals as Alex Ovechkin with a 3-goal mark to go with an assist and 4 points altogether. On the Dallas side, 4-2-1, and a fast start has kind of fallen apart for them. 3.29 goals per game, 2.14 goals against per game, and maybe coming home will help them out. Sagan has been good thus far, 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points. Ryan Suter, depending on the Dallas fan you ask, you may get some comments about Ryan Suter. They may not all be complimentary. 2 assists for Ryan Suter thus far with the Dallas Stars. And then you fast forward to 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific, and the Nightmare Trail continues for Vancouver. Now they're taking their show on the road again. They're 0-5-2 on the season. Seattle 3-3-2, and this is the first of 4 meetings. December 22nd, January 25th, and April 4th are the other 3 meetings. For Vancouver to get to 0-5-2, they're scoring 2.57 goals per game. They're not scoring enough. They're allowing 4.29 goals per game. They're not keeping the goals against down enough either. Garland with 2 goals thus far, no assists. Mikheyev in 4 games, just the 1 assist. He's had opportunities. He's been around the net. Needs them to start going in for him. On the Seattle side, 3.25 goals per game, 3.5 goals against per game. Eberle with just the 4 assists thus far. Kind of surprising he doesn't have a goal yet. And Bjorkstrand just has the 1 goal to go with 3 assists for 4 points. So that's a bit of a surprise for Seattle, in that I think we expected a few more goals from Bjorkstrand at this point. Maybe a few more is a little bit optimistic. At least 1. I'd be sure. 1, sure. So what I'm saying is Bjorkstrand's due for a goal, and Vancouver's in, so maybe pencil him down for a goal. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific start, so the late starts in California get going again. The first of 2 meetings between Toronto and San Jose. They will meet again on November 30th. That, of course, will be in Toronto. Toronto's 4-3. They're coming off of a loss against Vegas. They're looking to get their offense going. They're scoring 2.71 goals per game. Not a very Toronto-like number. They're allowing 2.57 goals per game, so their goaltending's been good. Nylander, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. And Matthews, a goal, 5 assists, 6 points. Just the 1 goal for Matthews. Big part of the reason they're only scoring 2.71 goals per game. On the San Jose side, they are 2-7 on the season. They're scoring a paltry 1.89 goals per game, which is too bad because they're allowing 3 goals per game, which there are other teams that have a good record that are allowing 3 goals per game. So really the offense is shooting him in the foot. Couture just has 2 goals, 2 assists thus far. And Hertl, the new contract and all that, a goal and 3 assists for Hertl. So, yeah, we'll see how things go for San Jose the rest of the way this year. But through 9 games, the 2-7 mark, not entirely surprising. And then the last game of the night, Winnipeg and the LA Kings. Again, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific start. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again February 28th and March 25th. On the Winnipeg side, they are 3-3. They're scoring 2.67 goals per game. They're allowing 2.83 goals per game. Blake Wheeler has 4 assists, so no goals as of yet for Wheeler. Scheifele just has 4 goals, so no assists yet for Scheifele. And he is not at a point per game, so he'll get there. So I'm saying he's due for a 3-point game to get to a point per game. On the LA side, they are 4-4 on the season. 3.38 goals scored per game. They're allowing 4.13 goals against per game. They can't keep that going. Kopitar, a goal, 6 assists for 7 points. Fiala, a goal, 5 assists, 6 points. I haven't checked yet, but this feels like a spot where the Kings would probably play Peterson. Winnipeg, a good team, not considered to be one of the best teams, and therefore might be a good spot to test him and see if he can get things going, especially since Winnipeg scoring 2.67 goals per game. You throw in Peterson and hope that he puts up some better numbers than he has thus far this season. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always, including your winners. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.